Alright guys, okay, so I just did the Gilgamesh Trial twice on stream. If you want to watch, check out the other video. I'm just gonna run through some points on what you need to do to be able to clear the trial slow rolling. We're not gonna talk about the cheesing methods like what cheesing methods are there? Evasion, one turn kill, whatever. Because most of you free-to-play players won't be able to do that. Okay, points. Rain is essential. He is extremely good for the trial. Um, why? Because of lava floor, fire and earth damage to one enemy. Okay, so basically with Rain, you have him to do two elements. Okay, so Gilgamesh Trial is a trial where you have to keep in mind the thresholds, which are 80%, 50%, and 30% HP. Um, I would do a video to show you guys, but it's gonna take a long time. So we're trying to make this a really short video. Okay, so the five elements are light, which is also called holy, earth, fire, water, and wind. And one more element, which is lightning, which only is something you want to keep in mind after you hit the 50% threshold. All right. Um, okay, so why is rain good? Because rain can equip. If you don't have dual wield, you're gonna have three elements from him. So this, I think this is an event dagger or something, wind element. So he's gonna cover three elements for you: fire and earth plus wind. Okay, so you got three locked down, right? So what you need now is holy, lightning, and water. I believe some mages have water damage or something, or you can use Mercedes if you don't have anything better. Mercedes does water damage. Uh, okay, light. There is a sword in the chocobo, the chocobo, the fat chocobo. You can get there as light element. You're gonna need that. That's very important. Um, okay, in order of importance, you need to cover fire and holy a lot every single turn. So what I was doing is I was spamming lava floor the whole fight. All right, so lava floor the whole fight. I had dual wield on him, so I covered four elements with rain. I think I had Excalibur as well, so holy, wind, earth, and fire on rain alone. So basically, every turn his job is just to lava floor, just to cover the elements. All right. And then water. Water is not that important because the damage done to you is not so significant, so you can actually ignore it. But if you have the options, why not, right? Make it safer for you. Secondly, you need a healer. Uh, Ideal case is he has dual cast, she or he, whatever. And okay, all of your units should have at least 5k HP so that you do not get nuked down. Or you have to spend your turns trying to rest and heal okay, so through this trial your units will die. All right, they will die because of the death skill from Gilgamesh. There's nothing in global right now that can save you from that. We will get something in the Fat Chocobo, the next island, that's called Safety Beat or something, which makes you immune to death, which basically kills your unit straight away. Okay, so he does this at thresholds: 80%, 50%, 30%. All right, so once you reach the 30% threshold and you've gone past it, you can actually concentrate on trying to get the mission clear, which is kill Gilgamesh with a limit burst. All right, let's not go into that first. 80%. Okay, so every threshold, what you want to do is you want to have a skill that buffs your team. So ideally cheer on Raffia. Because you want to buff your team as much as you can, because he's gonna deal you a shit ton of damage. And ideally, you want to cast Golem, the Esper, or Cecile, Limit Burst, to buff your team even more, or Noctis, Limit Burst. Alright? You can use a friend one. I mean, Noctis friend units are a dime a dozen, right? Everybody has a Noctis friend unit. Very good to help you survive past the thresholds. You want to make sure you keep in mind that after every threshold, or if you see a buff on Gilgamesh, you want to dispel him immediately. Okay? Because if the buff is on, you are gonna take a lot of damage. Okay, dispel. What I used was Cecile. Um, Cecile has dispel, and Raffia has dispel as well, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So you want a unit that can dispel, because you want to remove the buffs from Gilgamesh. This is also very important. Every time you see a buff on him, or I mean, what I did was every turn I would check Gilgamesh. I would just long press on him and see what buffs he had or what debuffs he had, just to make sure. This is for slow rolling, so you want to turtle as much as you can. Every turn you're gonna deal some damage. It's not gonna be a lot. So even if your unit is has imbalanced equipment and you have like 1,000 plus attack or something, you're not gonna do a lot of damage to him anyway. So ideally, it is okay to slow roll him. Unless you want to make a fancy YouTube video, then yeah, sure, right? Okay, so this point, you got to remember, dispel Gilgamesh always, whenever he has buffs on, alright? And every turn you want to cover the elements, make sure you have fire and holy covered. Means you hit him with these elements, he's not going to cast the shit on you, and you're going to survive, alright? Uh, at 50% threshold, when Gilgamesh is at 50%, I mean, this is the team I used for the trial. Double Noctis, Raffia, Cecile, and Rain. I mean, this is the first time that I've ever used Rain, so I didn't really know his skills that much. And okay, so at 50%, you need to cast a lightning element damage skill on Gilgamesh, and this has to be magic or hybrid damage. This is just a requirement. It's an exclusive difficulty for us in global. They don't have this in Japan. Otherwise, he's gonna cast a skill that's gonna cause your units to be paralyzed, confused, and a sort of ailments. You can ignore this if all your units have ribbons, or goddess protection, or discernment. But it's best to actually just deal with this. Once you go past the 50% threshold, you want to keep doing a hybrid or magic lightning skill on Gilgamesh. Okay, keep in mind this is not a physical damage that you must do. You must do a magic or a hybrid damage skill. Hybrid is a mix of physical and magic, so there is a magic element to it, and it's gonna help you sort of seal the skill from Gilgamesh. So you make sure you have to do this every turn after the 50% threshold. Alright? What else you gotta keep in mind? Make sure that your units are healed for every threshold, as full HP as they can be. Buffed up, elements are covered every turn, and then you'll do fine. You're gonna clear the mission. Um, you can do this with a party of 5. You can just remove one of your guys, you know, just remove, and then just use a friend unit, whichever is stronger for you. Um, and don't forget to use your limit burst to kill Gilgamesh. Since this is a slow roll uh, strategy, right? You're gonna deal a little damage every turn. it there shouldn't be a problem if you want to kill him with a limit burst, right? Just keep that in mind. You don't want to do this again because it's gonna cost you 40 energy. Um, and it's ideal that you have status clear, ailment clear on your healer. I think I had it on Cecile actually. I had Asuna on, yeah, I had Asuna on Cecile just to remove ailments just in case. Anyway, this is not the gear that I used. I sort of re-equipped it just now. Um, Anyway, the rewards for clearing Gilgamesh is amazing. You get Genji Blade, which is 107 attack katana, 30% attack materia, and what else do you get? Let me see. And the Trust Moogle, and of course Bushido Freedom. This is an excellent skill because it dispels. Alright, it dispels everything on the enemy. It's an AoE skill. It's an awesome skill that you want to use in the future. You're going to use it because for events and stuff, this skill can come in really handy. Uh, no items is pretty easy to complete. Party of 5 or less, this can be done. Defeat Gilgamesh with a limit burst, this should be mandatory. There's no issue with this. You should be able to do this anyways. Alright, so if you don't have a good healer, my advice is pull for one. Because I've been saying for months, you always need a tank and a healer. Good healers for this trial would be Luca, Raffia, and in a way, Santa Rosilia? Or you could also bring Ling for AoE res, just in case. Ling is pretty easy to equip for full evasion. As you can see, 100% evasion units in this trial make it very simple because all his skills except death, they deal physical damage. Um, there is a hybrid damage skill, which is the exclusive one I believe we have in global that he only does after the 50% threshold. But as long as you keep it sealed, you're not gonna have any problems. What else? Okay, so I might do a video where I clear it with 2 units with full evasion unit equipped units. In my mind, it's Noctis and Ling because I want to have the rest handy. But that would take a bit of time, so I might not decide to do it. Um, just make sure you cover the elements. I believe we have a lot of equipment that cover elements for you. So let's see, water, holy fire, earth. Okay, so this was from the Brave Frontier event. If you have this, you're gonna want to use this. This is also fire element. Might want to use this as well. Try to find the non-TMs one. Thunder Spear. Kazekiri is wind. Coral Sword is lightning. Flame Tongue. Okay, all these are free stuff. This was from an event. Wind. Survival Ages. Uh, Candy Gun does fire as well. So there really isn't any reason that you have problems sealing the fire element in this fight. Okay, so you've been playing for a few months, you should have all of this. You've been doing the stories, exploration. I believe there are other weapons that you can use as well. I do not have them because I've sort of been lazy, not been doing the explorations and stuff. Or you could always use a mage, but remind yourself that this is going to be very MP costly because it's going to be a long fight. Uh, Average would be if you have an extremely strong team, 16 minutes. If you do not have a strong team at all with TMs and all that shit, probably half an hour to 45 minutes. It's gonna take a long time, but it's challenging and it sort of makes the game more fun. Um, I can't stress this enough. Please seal the holy element and fire element of Gilgamesh. Alright, every fucking turn. Okay, just do it. And make sure you have a healer. You want to keep your team up. Cecile can off heal for you. In case you need your healer to res or dispel or whatever nonsense you want to do. Alright. Thresholds, I'm gonna say it again. Buff your team up. Make sure you have cheer up. Lena has cheer. Um, I believe Tilith has cheer. Uh, Use a limit burst that's gonna buff your team even more. Cecile limit burst, Noctis limit burst on every threshold. What else? Let me make a summary. And always remind yourself after the 50% threshold, do a magic or hybrid attack with lightning element because you need to seal that. In a way, it makes Global Gilgamesh Trial harder than JP because you have one more element to cover. But we have Rain that does 4 with dual wield, which is awesome. So make sure you bring him in. Suggestions for substitutions for Noctis would be mm, non 5-star base. Let's see. I'm sorry, got a bit carried away there. Um, you can actually use Snow, to be honest. Snow Agrius is good with a break. Um, Warrior of Light, decent tank. Not 6-star yet, but very decent still. I mean, you can basically use any unit that is able to equip the elemental weapons that you have just to clear and seal the elements every turn. Remember, you have to seal them every fucking turn. Raphia, substitutes for Raphia, Luca. Luca is very nice. Luca is a very good healer. Uh, I don't think you want to use White Witch, Fina. Santa Resilia is okay as a healer. I mean, if you have the 5-star base units, just go ahead use them. They're gonna be awesome. Lightning, Lunef, they can do wield. They're gonna cover elements for you. Awesome. Uh, right. You could use Link for the AoE res and the break, and also to MP refresh your team. Restore MP for all allies except self and boost next normal attack. This is gonna be useful if you have Ling. I believe most of you have pulled for Ling because she's pretty good. Mages, you can use Dark Fina, X Death. Emperor, not so much, but he's alright. MP cost will be really high though. Ace, not so much. Elemental coverage is pretty bad. Max 5-star. You could actually use Mercedes because she has water and the cost is pretty low. It's like 3 MP. Just make sure. I think she has a higher tier skill at higher levels as well. So you can go for that to cover water, but it's not that important. I think that's about it. Yeah, basically just use units that you have the weapons for, right? Cover the elements, Make sure his team is buffed. Do the right skills. Dispel. And you should have no issues clearing Gilgamesh, guys. You want that Genji blade. It's really good. It's the top katana for us. It's amazing. Let me see if I can find it. Remove. Katana. There you go, Genji blade. 107 attack, man. It's gonna be a big boost to your damage, your attack stat on your unit. Awesome. You also get this 30% thingy, if I can find it. Ooh, there you go. 30% attack. Also great since it's free, right? Trust Mughal, also awesome. Uh, Ideally, you're gonna bring the Man-Eater materia on your best damage unit because you want to have some damage, and then you put your best damage unit on Diablos for another stack of Man-Eater, which means you're effectively doing 100% more damage. Anyway, guys, I wish you guys good luck. I hope you guys all clear it, and keep in mind all the tips I just gave you. You can actually look for all these tips on all the sites for Brave Exvius, the wiki on Reddit. Everyone's gonna teach you what to do. Just check for his buffs every turn. You don't want to do it again. It's a long fight. It's pretty troublesome, but it's fun, and you're gonna enjoy it. And guys, I wish you guys good luck. Hope you guys all clear it, and take care. See ya.